Hello, it's Adana here. My little dog Digit is right next to the camera, so hey Digi. Alright, today's video is going to be dedicated to ritual tools, which I have to admit I don't have many. In the sense of official tools that are used only for altar stuff. I have my Book of Shadows, I have some tarot cards, and I have a couple crystals, but I don't even really use the crystals for, specifically altar and magical uses. I use it more for an aid in meditation. So, yeah, I don't have a wand. I don't have an athame. I have incense. When I use representations of the elements and things like that. Oh, Digit wants to be part of the conversation. And you know you're not supposed to be on the table. Alright. So, here we go. I'll probably do a retake of this. But I would like to have an athame. I have realized when I first started, I had it in my head that I had to have all these tools, and I couldn't afford to get the tools that I wanted, so I would reuse other things for multiple purposes, which I really love. I love having one item that has multiple purposes. So I never did have a wand. I never really connected with a wand. I loved Harry Potter, but wands to me they represented more of a Harry Potter aspect of the craft than an athame would. An athame to me has always attracted me. I've always loved knives and blades, and I've always wanted a collection of them, to be honest, even before I started practicing regularly. So an athame has always been something that I've wanted to get, but I've never come across a knife that I was really attracted to. And recently I decided that since on my favorite online pagan website there was a beautiful athame that was extremely fair priced, really cheap. It was not the black handled knife like most people do. It does have a wooden handle, but I can dye that. I can paint it, or I can do the dye thing. What is that called? Staining. I can stain it to be black, but I probably won't. I like knives natural, to be honest, so. And I really like that it has a wooden handle rather than plastic, because I've seen some knives that were just metal or plastic or some other non-natural handle to it. I don't really like it, so. I do believe that an athame should be like a dagger where it goes up like that, not flat in one side. Although I have used regular steak knives and chopping knives and things like that. But I just really want an athame. I don't have one. I was thinking about getting a willow wand, since willow trees are my favorite tree. I've always been drawn to them. If you're a fan of the Celtic Zodiac, I'm a willow if you want to be technical about it. But that was just a coincidence. I always liked the wood of that tree before I did research on that. I don't have one. I can just go out in the back and pick a branch and file it down if I wanted to, because there's a lot of branches that fell from storms over the past year. I just haven't really done it. I don't have sandpaper, and I wanted to wait until I had something to sand it down with before I did that. And also, I didn't want to answer any kind of awkward questions that my boyfriend or his father may have as to why there's a stick in the house, why it's filed down, and why I have it on display. So, knives, on the other hand, I can get away with. My boyfriend's a nerd. He likes swords, knives, blades, all of that, and he won't even use it. He would like it as just a piece to hang up, so I can hang it up, I can display it, and I know it will never be touched, and I won't get any awkward questions from it. So, that's always a plus. But I will show you some of my tools in a separate video. I am a big fan of not having tools. You don't have to have a tool to do magic. You really don't. All you need is yourself and your intent. I prefer candle magic over any other kind. I love candles, but I have done other forms of magic. For example, I went out and did a spontaneous, what I call a mini spell, which had no ritual to it, no circle, no nothing. I was just out in nature. I saw the freshly fallen snow. I knew there was negativity in my life I wanted to get rid of, so reached down, took some snow, balled it up, infused it with my intent to get rid of the negativity, threw it, and also stated that by throwing it, I am throwing away the negativity, and as the sun melts the snow, so does the negativity melt away to nothing. This was just a couple days ago. It worked for me. I really liked it. It was simple, spontaneous. Worked for me. So I felt immediately lighter. But I didn't need a tool for that. I just needed my hands. Even for blessings and consecrations and stuff, you only need your hands. You can do all of that with your hands. Mirth and Reverence has an excellent video on mudras, which are symbols that you can make with your hands to symbolize the different elements. And she also has another video on how to bless items with just your body, with touch, your breath, rubbing things together for fire. Oh, and using your natural sacred wetness, which is really just spit, to cover it. You only need that. And when it comes to casting circles, you just need a finger, that's all. Or a lot of visualization, depending on how you like to go about it. I do like to have representations of the 4 elements, and I do have that on my altar, and I have extras of those, which are basically just candle, sea salt, incense, and a bowl of water, though I recently got a large seashell from the Goodwill that works as a holder, like a little bowl, so I've been using that for water. But other than the representations of the 4 elements, you don't have to have that. You can do anything that's associated with it. You could have a feather for air. You can do a little bit of actual dirt or a plant for earth. You can even use a stone. It doesn't even have to be a crystal. It could be just a stone you found out in nature. I mean, again, Mirth and Reverence has an excellent video on stones that she just found out in nature in her area. You don't have to have crystals, which I didn't know. I mean, even for water, you can use a seashell. You can use a moonstone if you really wanted. In fact, if you're a big person, or you're a person who's big on crystals, there are crystals that have associations with the elements. You can use one crystal for each. You can use plants for each. You can use, herbs for each. Heck, you can use candles to represent each one. Just color-coded candles or no color-coded. You just use 4 white candles. White is a universal color. It will work for anything. If you don't have that or any of that, well, you don't really need it. It's all in here. If you decide that you need those tools, and no magic is going to work for you unless you have it. If you decide that you can do magic without those tools, then it will work for you. It's all about what's up there. So that concludes my video of tools. Thank you for watching. Keep tuned in for separate videos concerning my other tools. Like I have a deck of tarot cards. I'm going to show you my crystals, my candles, my incense, and things like that. So feel free to comment, video response, message me, and I will talk to you later. Bye.